Yes, guys, welcome back to TV, and we're here for another show of the Arsenal Gossip Column. Yes, I think you've probably noticed that is different music. Yes, the music wasn't working from the last stream, so I've changed it and added some new music just to like refreshing it. I've got Say Gambian Gooner. How are you, my friend? He's gone very, very quiet. It's Mikel Arteta after he's lost the game. Like he's gone very quiet in the he's gone very quiet.
Ah, can you hear me now?
Yeah, that's better.
Good, good, good. What were you saying? I couldn't hear you.
I was just saying, Mikel Arteta after he's lost the game, he goes very quiet in the he goes very quiet in the press conference.
Well, he
But
likes to
yeah,
waffle a lot.
yeah, he's the professional waffler as we go. But like, we're not talking about him for once. Like, we're
So
talking
yeah,
about the other professional the other professional waffler who practically owns the club, which is Josh Kroenke. And I'm gonna try and get up like sort of the interview
are you
transcript
not
or whatever it
excited,
was.
Steve? Is that what you're saying?
Are we using those buzzwords again, are we?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Have to
Oh,
be
is he
excited.
okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna bring up this interview right now if I can find it. So mate, everyone, please do smash the like and subscribe. Let me see. Please tell me it's like a full. Um, I'm trying to. That's what Sky Sports has said. Right, let me have a look. I thought it was on Just Arsenal, wasn't it?
It's on Sky Sport. I watched it there 2 days ago, I think. So if you go
Yeah.
to upload, you see.
Right. So he responds. So that Arsenal director Josh Kroenke says the club is not for sale despite 1.8 billion bid from Daniel Eek, and insists current owners have big ambitions on their on their own to bring success back to North London. Of course you do. Yeah. Uh, Spotify's wrote to owner Stan Kroenke in May and made the bid, which remains on the table. And in September, Thierry Henry, who backed Ick's proposed takeover, along with fellow Arsenal legends Patrick Vieira and Dennis Bergkamp, told Monday Night Football there had been no response to the offer. To be able to get there, you need to have someone respond on the other side. Henry said, it hasn't happened yet, but and he is here to stay. Asked about that bid by Sky Sports just reading exclusive interview ahead of Arsenal's clash on Sunday. Josh Kroenke, son of Stan Kroenke, says no bids for the club would be accepted right now, and that there are significant plans in place to take the club forward under the current ownership. We get bids from current clubs all the time, right? So where are they? Where are these? Where are these bids that have been coming for the club? Say, do you know any other bids that come from the club at all? Have you heard of these other bids that have come from from Arsenal? It'll come back to us in a sec. Because I haven't. If anyone does know any other bids that have come for Arsenal Football Club, please do let me know because I've never heard of them in my life. So that's crap. Um, for many different parties around the world that speaks to the strength of Arsenal. He said it's a wonderful institution. Arsenal Football Club is a global brand, and my only response to anything is the club is not for sale, and we're just getting started. How the operative word global brand, not football club, global brand. That sells it in a nutshell what he's thinking for me.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
not thinking
That's how
about
they
football
see.
club. He's thinking about getting in top four to make the most amount of money.
100%.
That's
And
what it
that's why
says to
they've
me.
only spent money when we've been outside top four to get back into it.
Yeah. Now
It's
you could be devil's advocate and say since they've actually taken 100% ownership, they've spent the most out of any other team in the country. But then
yeah, but
you've basically put dickheads in place to run it. Because
Steven, they have been majority owners since 2010. They
yeah,
own the majority of the shares.
yeah, they
They
didn't want to
freezed
mention that
out
part.
Osmanov. He couldn't invest. They didn't invest. They had the saying, they had the last word. So it's all excuse. I mean, if I was the journalist, I would say that, but you've been the majority owner for over 10 years.
Yeah, I'm
And since you've
surprised it
been
didn't spend
majority
longer than
owner,
that.
we
I
haven't
think
seen any progress.
like unlike the Edu interview, Jeff Sweeves was probably been told he can't say something like that or something
Yeah,
like that.
probably. I mean, and
Probably
this is what I don't like with modern
journalism.
journalism. Is
Mm.
that why does the club dictate
Mm.
what you can ask? It should be the other way around. The club should do their job and let the journalists do their job. If you do your job, nobody can question you. But if you don't do your job, it's up to the journalist to question you why you haven't do your job. And if you can't answer that, then you're not the right person.
Clearly.
But now it's all love feast. You know, when you listen to press conference, it's ridiculous. They will ask talk about crazy things.
They asked
Like
Mr.
Nigel
Arteta about
Warnock the
international
last
break.
time. You speak about Nigel Warnock and what David Moyes have, why he's been manager of 2,000 Premier League games. But we're
Yeah.
playing Watford. We're not playing West Ham, are we?
Yeah. I did, yeah. I did watch like League. I love League Gunners takedowns of the press conferences. It's funny as hell. Like how to cheer yourself up after listening to that crap. Um, and like you're sitting there and you're asking about international duty to someone who's never played an international duty in his life.
Yeah.
Right. Of course, he's gonna know exactly how like Ben White feels for not being picked.
Yeah.
Great. Yeah, and what's that got to do with Watford Football Club? Hey,
I don't
oh,
know. I don't
uh,
know. Like
like
it's ridiculous.
I'm surprised. If I was the manager, I said I thought I was coming here to ask to get questions about the game
Yeah.
since it's
And
a
how we're gonna beat the
Watford press
opponent.
conference.
Exactly.
If you want me to know about like certain players, like do you know what? I'll sign this little agreement here. You can go and talk to him for half an hour. I
100%.
said, don't come to me. Go to him. Hey, this is like Arsene Wenger. That's where you could actually say, "Why look at me?"
Well, why do you look at me? I did not see it.
I did not see it. I think the Conkeys on Arteta are and Arteta going nowhere. There's talk about Wenger coming back. Wenger can piss off. He is another problem. He is
But
another problem.
but
Right,
Steven,
setting the
that's the
standards.
ultimate PR move.
Yep.
Can you imagine the love fest if Wenger
Oh
gets
my
a role back at Arsenal?
mate,
Arteta would be
no.
unsackable. It would be impossible. He would be the new hero.
Yeah, he'd be the Messiah. Like that, he would be
And
the
it
Messiah.
would be another distraction to where we are going as a club. It will all
Yeah,
be every press conference. Oh, how is it to work with Wenger? Has he taught you anything? How is the player reaction? What did
this
it?
is it. Yeah,
I can already see it.
this is the point. It's like the all. I love how they talk about Wenger all the time when it all turns bad. Like it all turns bad, they all turn to Wenger. Like, oh, we're gonna bring Wenger back, and then all of a sudden everyone turns their mind, said, oh, we're gonna bring Wenger back. Like so, like to everyone that's out there, fuck Wenger. That's the past. See this? Unfortunately, this is the past. Like we can't go back there. It's all flats. We can't play their football now. It's all like gardens. You can't really play football in it. So, like, we ain't gonna go back there and play football. So, like, that's the past. Leave it. Done. Move on. It's time to move on. And like, I as much as like Kroenke has gone on about this interview here, he's tried to be clever, but then he's also shooting himself in the foot at the same time.
Yeah.
Like you're making no sense to the fact that That's just like that first comment. This whole title, we're getting started. Well,
Yeah.
mate, you bought shares 14 fucking years ago.
Yeah,
You could
why
have quite
did you
easily put
start
money in
then?
then. You
And
could
you
have put
didn't
money
even
in
need
then.
to put much money in then because
No,
players weren't expensive.
no, you didn't have to. I mean, all you had to do is put like, I mean, you could have easily kept Henri there, Fabregas, Van Persie, all those top players that we had to get rid of. You could have kept him. Adebayor, imagine how he got handed out the club. If the owners actually put money in the club at the time, he would have never been had to be hounded out the club like he was, right? And he could have been a top player for Arsenal. So, like, this whole thing is like we're just getting started. That's a whole flawed statement itself. You should have been starting 14 bloody years ago when you first put shares in the club. It's not like Abramovich put shares in our Chelsea and then decided I'm going to wait 14 years before I do something. You know, it makes no sense. Like, it's like when I buy FIFA, I'm not going to sit here for 14 years before I start doing something on FIFA. it, if you're seeing the club in that situation, sort it out before it gets worse. Because now what you're doing, you've actually now had to pay more because it's now worse. Because it's now worse, and we're in this inflated price range that everyone loves to claim that everyone says it's everyone else's fault for inflating the price market. Yet over the last 3-4 years, we've spent the most money out of most of other clubs, and we've put people like Mustafi on 100 grand a week contracts, right? So people want to say that we've inflated the price market, that we've put bang average players on 100 grand a week. So that really makes sense that it's everyone else's fault. I think we're also part to blame in that, actually.
Of
So
course, yeah. It's hypocrisy. It is. And
yeah,
at the end of the day, do you know what I've never understood? What was the point of selling Arsenal to people who didn't want us to be a winning club? What was the point?
yeah. But this is the thing. It's just like This is the thing. This is what the Kroenke said. That even when they're a majority shareholder, right? You you had the chance then to keep the standards at the club and get rid of Wenger when he started saying top four is a trophy. When he started saying like that um Champions League football is everything. It's like it's the be all and end all, right? When he stopped making challenges for the league and he started falling off the cliff. When he only just won FA Cups here and there, right? That was your chance to get rid of him. No, as a majority shareholder, you kept him because you know it was a brick wall he was a brick wall between you and the fans because you knew the fans were pissed off at you. So
Yeah,
you thought you used Wenger as the scapegoat.
yeah. And he was happily being the scapegoat, earning 11 million a year.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, so, um, however, Kroenke insists Arsenal supporters should continue to expect their side to compete with the best in the Premier League and sets the club's strategy to make it a reality. Arsenal fans should expect the best. That's why they've expected throughout their history, and that shouldn't change at all. Hence why we want you at the club. Do we have to rethink how we're going to go about achieving those goals? Absolutely. This summer that really played out. We weren't breaking any transfer records, but the net spend was very high. We had many areas we needed to address on the pitch. Those were addressed with players of a certain quality, a certain age, and I think that what gets left out quite a bit. We needed to change a few mentalities around here. We needed a stronger. We needed to get mentally stronger. Yeah, right. And that's the mentality that you've dragged down with the fans. That now saying that top six is a fucking achievement.
Yeah,
Top
I'm
six
not.
is an
I'm.
achievement for Arsenal Football Club.
Yeah, for me, I think it's. You know what the issue is today is that they lowered the standard so low that
Hmm?
any kind of position that is higher than 8 is seen as progress.
Progress.
But we finished 8 last season, and now we've spent 150 million. So surely you spend money to improve, to become a better team and finish higher. That should be a given.
I'll
Otherwise,
give you
why
this.
spend it?
I'll give you this, right? Chelsea finished 10th. In the season was that Leicester won it. They finished 10th, right? They went out and got a proper manager because they didn't think that was acceptable. Got Conte in, right? They went and go win the league the next season. Do you know how much they spent in that transfer window? It won
No,
150 mil. It wasn't even half of that.
no. I know. But
That's
yeah,
that is progress.
exactly. And yeah, fair play. You can say that they won the league the year before then, so they had a decent squad. But still, if you look at the amount of money that's been spent the past 4 years, you should be finishing higher.
Yeah,
And if you
absolutely.
don't, you should leave and someone else come and take over.
Right. I'm sorry that the fact that they're thinking that finishing sixth now is a good enough spot for Arsenal Football Club, showing how low our standards are. And the reason is that is because the Cronkies are so hell bent of not being wrong with this manager, they're happy to accept finishing eighth twice in a row and not having champions and not having European football. So
Yeah,
you're happy to accept that just to be proved not wrong, and also to know that you don't need to set any targets or standards for the club, so that any sort of result that we're getting in a minute, bearing in mind, it's very convenient. You've come out with this press conference, you've come out with this interview while we're going 9 games unbeaten,
yeah, of
right?
course.
What? I bet you weren't. Hang on, where were you when we were losing? When we lost our first 3 games, where were you? Oh no,
Yeah,
you threw Edu and you threw Arteta out to do the work. Right? So don't tell me you've got like you're mentally stronger, mate. Right? Because if you were mentally stronger, you would have come out in front of the fans after that annihilation by Man City and said this ain't good enough. Right? Simple. Simple as that. So uh Stephen, if you gel your hair back and grow a beard, mate, no. I'm not going to beard as long as that, mate, for a start. And if I did, I'd probably pull it off better. I think the top sides are in a much stronger position than we are right now. They've had a chance, especially over the last several years, to build their squads to a different place. Why? Because you sat on your ass and done nothing for the last 7 years. For the last several years, you have done nothing. So that is why they are now miles ahead of us, right? And you've constantly come out at the same time and said to the fans, we can't compete with Man City. We can't compete with Chelsea. We can't compete with Man United, right? In terms of resources, expenditure. Yeah. But at the same time, you've spent the most money in the transfer market since you've been sole shareholders, right? But you keep telling the fans we can't compete with them, right? So someone's lying. This is the point. As much as he keeps coming in and saying we can't do this and like we've got a long way to go, the only reason we're doing that and we've got such a long gap to make up is because it was all caused by you in the first place. It was caused by you, Gazidis, Wenger, Sanelli, like all the people that came before, right? That has come down to this whole situation with the club right now. Our strategy has changed drastically. Now the summer has settled and the players are on the pitch. We're closing the gap slowly but surely. Why has it got to be slowly? Get a proper manager in, we'd be top four. Right? If Arteta can do this with this squad right now, right? What happens if we got Conte in? Or a proper manager? Just the curiosity. Right? That's what I'd love to know. Josh Kroenke was talking about the other teams they own over in America. To now, tables don't lie. They're not doing great either. Mate, they've always struggled as well. They've been poor as well under the rain as well. They have a lot of resources. We have resources as well, and as long as we're using those resources smart and appropriately intelligently, 1 plus 1 eventually will add up to 3. Is it me or this guy can't do maths? 1 plus, but eventually, intelligently. So, right, hang on, let me repeat that. They have lots of resources. We have resources as well. And as long as we're using those resources smart, appropriately, and intelligently, 1 plus 1 eventually will add up to 3. This guy's supposed to own our club, is he? Am I losing the plot? Right? Or is this guy can't actually do maths? Right? Because now you're talking in riddles. And of course you're talking riddles because Arsenal fans love riddles, right? Because that's how they believe all your generic crap. I'm growing more confident by the day, but there's a lot of work ahead. We would have gone past why there's a lot of work ahead. Even though we're starting to show signs of progress, if you don't keep pushing forward, you'll stagnate. That if you don't keep pushing forward, you'll stagnate. Oh, that's because let me think. You didn't push forwards for the last 10 years, mate. It's all right. You're doing it for the last 4. You ain't done it for the last 10. That's why we've stagnated and fallen backwards. So, like, there you go. Do we feel good about where we are? We feel better about where we are, but we don't feel good. Our fans still deserve more. We need to get back in. Here we go. So about the Champions League, we need to get back into the top 4. We need to start qualifying for the Champions League regularly. Why? Why?
Steven, do you know what I don't get? It's like he
Yeah.
keeps talking about his teams in America, like they are winning any trophies over there.
Yeah. The
Why
crap.
don't you? Didn't he like spend like over $1 billion on the LA Rams stadium?
Yeah. 2 billion.
2 billion. Yeah, we just need 500 millions. Give us five
Yeah.
hundred million, and Arsenal for sure would be a team that competes.
Yeah. Yeah. If it's spent right, definitely. We're just going on to about the Champions League. Here we go. We need to start
Yeah.
qualifying for the Champions League regularly, and with the qualification comes a different level of how you can recruit the players. The best players want to play in the best league in the world, which is the Champions League outside of the Premier League. Well, that's bollocks, right? And I'll tell you why. Pogba went to Man United, right? When they had Europa League. Um, so did Aubameyang, Lacazette, Pepe, Partey, Tierney, Gabriel. Most of that side that we would count to be good enough to stay at Arsenal Football Club, right, are happy playing at this club, either without European football or have never played Champions League football at this club. They've never played Champions League football at this club, and they've left Champions League teams, right? So that crap that you've got to finish in the top 4 to recruit the best players in the world is utter rubbish. Do you know what it is? It is a excuse for them to get in the top 4 to make 100 odd million, whatever they make, right? And then sit in the top 4 every goddamn season in a tournament we're never gonna win because they never got the incentive to win it, right? What's the point in this? And like as other people have said, and I'll make them quite right. What's the point in being in the Champions League if you ain't gonna win it? What's the point? Like, if we could buy players that are good enough to challenge for a league outside the Champions League, right, and being like maybe the Europa League where we got more chance of winning it, what's the point of being in the Champions League? What's the point? I don't get it. Like, we can't. Why? Because we're doing what basically Istanbul and let's say it's had to go. Istanbul Başakşehir has had to do, which is we've had to make up the numbers in the Champions League. That's all we've done. Right? For those 22 years I've watched Arsenal be in the Champions League, right? We went to one final. Out of those 22 years, we went to one final and two semi-finals. Right? So what's the incentive for me to be in it? Why do I need to be in it? Like, just to watch us get spanked 10-2 at the Allianz Arena. No, you're all right, mate. Why would I want to be in a tournament to watch my team get battered 10-2 when I could be in the Europa League, have more chance of winning it, and still get the best players in the world? Because at the minute, we are still being able to attract some of the best players in the world. Partey, Pepe, Aubameyang, Lacazette, Gabriel, these players we keep saying are good enough to stay at this club are all have never played Champions League football at Arsenal Football Club. Never played football at Champions League level at this club. And yet they're still signing our contracts and still willing to play for us. So why is it we need to be in the Champions League? Why? And the only reason it is because they want to make more money. They want to make more money. That's the only reason. They're not bothered when we finish first. The only reason I want to be in the Champions League next season is because we've won the league. Because I know we're not going to win it in the next year. So screw finishing second, screw finishing third, and screw finishing fourth. If we're going to win it, if we're going to be in the Champions League next season, I want to make sure we've won the title. Because then at least we've won a trophy. Because if we finish second, finish third, finish fourth, we've qualified for Champions League that we ain't going to win anyway. So what's the point? We might as well be in the Europa League. We've got more chance of winning, like I said, and we still get the best players in the world, like I said, and like I've just explained. So there we are. So I'd rather win the league, but at least have a good run in the Champions League, even if it's the quarterfinals or the semis. Good point. Good point. I mean, I'm just going on about the Champions League. Say, like, what's the point of being it if we've still managed to get players like Partey, Aubameyang, Lacazette, Pepe, all these top players, and they've never played Champions League football at Arsenal Football Club. So what's the incentive of being in the Champions League? What's the point?
What I do think, Stephen, is that the longer we are outside Champions League, the harder it will get to get certain players, because other teams are now getting into the Champions League. And I think we've seen over the past few years that we are buying less and less players that are good enough. I mean, even if you look at this summer window, we didn't really buy any big name. I know that we bought Partey, but that was like he had that clause that made, and nobody else wanted him. But I think when we are in a situation where another team wants the player that we want, we are in big trouble. I think that's it. But at the end of the day, for me, it is, yes, we should push on to get into the Champions League. But then when we are in Champions League, we need to push to try and win it. There's no point going into the Champions League if we're never going to win it. Because at the end of the day, if Arsenal make money, it doesn't help me as a fan, because they don't reduce the prices on match-going ticket. They don't reduce the prices on merchant. So them making more money and more profits has no value to me as a fan, because they don't care about it. The only thing that has value for me is if we go on and win it. Like Chelsea did last year, like Liverpool did a couple of years ago. Why can't we do that?
Yeah, I hear it. I hear you on that, definitely. On the European Super League, and if it's the lowest point in relations between the owners and supporters, possibly I wouldn't disagree with you. I'll say it that way, but as someone who has tried to find a positive in things when you're at the bottom, there's only one way to go, and that's back up. I don't want a 48-hour period to define us. Bullshit. Bullshit. You were planning that from day one. You knew that was coming. You were planning it from day one. Why is the only reason why you've not spent a penny on us? Right? Because you knew you were going to get shitloads of money coming into the club anyway. With the deal, with the Super League deal. Right? That is utter rubbish. It's not 48 hours. That has been years in the making. If anyone believes that is a 48-hour period, they are obviously so gullible to believe this.
Yeah, a club like Arsenal don't take decisions over 48 hours.
They make a
Billionaires
decision like
don't
that,
become
48 hours.
billionaires doesn't become billionaires making rash decisions like that.
You don't make a
That's just
decision like
follow.
that in 48
No,
hours.
no,
No.
no. They would not be billionaires if they were making decisions over 48 hours. That's
No.
just a ridiculous and lame
I would literally
statement.
put it like
And
this.
again, the interviewer could have asked him, like, do you want us to believe that you only knew this over a 48 hours period and you took such a big and rash decision over 48 hours? That's even more
They knew this
alarming.
since
What
they
do you
built the
have to say?
stadium, mate. They knew this was coming since they
Of
built the
course,
stadium.
of course,
So,
of course.
yeah. Like,
The Super League is not a new thing. The only reason why you can just look at the other teams like Juventus, Barcelona, Real Madrid.
yeah.
Why they've been spending more money than they earn? Because they've always been waiting for the Super League to kick on.
Yeah, they knew it. They knew it because they were going to get crap loads of money from the Super League straight away. But that sore spot could be anybody's now. Would be nice, but can't see it. See it. That's all right, man. Like I'm
And it
not too
just
fussed,
shows
mate.
again that they don't understand our club. They don't understand the fans. And for them to form a fan trust without any females, like there's no Arsenal female fans,
Oh
without
my
any
life.
people from multiple backgrounds, and they want to
Yeah.
talk about diversity.
Oh, did you hear the thing about being a right winger?
Oh yeah, that was just ridiculous. Yeah,
Oh my god, you've never played football in your life, mate. Get out of here.
no, he said that
Bullshit.
he was a basketball player.
He said, yeah, like, yeah, I was, I wouldn't know the where to compare. Or I was a basketball player. So why did you say you're a right winger?
Exactly. Why did you? Why are you
Oh
lying?
my, yeah. So basically, that if that doesn't tell you that this whole thing is a load of crap,
Yeah,
right?
what
Like he's
will?
talking out of his ass as usual, right? It only takes a couple of questions to expose him, right? Then, yeah, seriously, guys, you Arsenal fans need to wake the fuck up. Honestly, you really need to
But
wake the fuck up, right? Because
but
it's not on. They're
Stephen,
taking you for a
Arsenal
mug.
fans, they don't want to hear the truth.
No, they never do want to hear the truth. That's probably why
It's
no
like
one's watched. It's why there's no one
we
watching
shouldn't
this. Because
talk about the first three games that we lost
yeah, but see,
because
look,
you
there'll
can
be loads
only
of people.
measure
See, there'll be
from when
loads of
we
people.
start winning games.
Yeah, but see, there'd be loads of people coming in now if I was saying, yeah, but maybe he is doing something. We are doing something, you know, and right, they're not that bad after all, right?
Yeah, no,
No, there'll be loads of people coming in watching that. They don't want to hear the
yeah,
truth,
no.
right? So there you go. I'm not gonna change my mind on it. So my mind is pretty much like the same as every what real Arsenal fan is. It's like I just asked this earlier. I said I don't care what people think of what he's doing now. Right? He could win me a title. I won't forgive him what he's done to this club. I'll never forgive him. I'm
No,
never
and
ever gonna forgive him. Ever.
no, no. But that doesn't mean that if they're
He
gonna
could win
own the club,
he could win the Champions League. I still won't forgive him.
no. And I agree to that 100%. I mean, it's like you can't go and kill someone from my family and then build me a house, and I'll be like, okay, I'll forgive you because you build me a home, that way we can stay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
for me,
yeah.
with the Kroenke, I would personally never forgive them. I would never like them. But if they're gonna own the club, the minimum they can do is actually try and win stuff. Because let's face it, they are not gonna sell the club. They don't need the money. They don't care about football. It's just an investment for them. But surely Arsenal being successful and winning big titles, winning Premier League titles, winning Champions League, winning doubles and triples, surely that would increase the value of the club and bring in better sponsorship deals and sell more shirts and have more airtime on TV. Surely.
Oh, that's where it's come from. Sorry. Oh, that's where it's come from. Arteta wants Wenger back at the club. Is that now him admitting he wants help? Mate, he fucking needs it. He's psychiatrical.
He wants Wenger back because one thing I would say about Arteta, he's very intelligent because he's managed to make the match-going fans to back him. Because he know that the match-going fans got Emery sacked. And if the match-going fans turn on him, he will also get sacked. So that's why he's turned them to him, and he now has a very good relationship with the match-going fans. You can hear it and you can see it.
You saw it after the Crystal Palace game, mate. You saw it after the Crystal Palace game.
Yeah, you can see it. You can see it. It's, the evidence is there. And now the next thing is to get Wenger back, and then he will become untouchable.
Yeah.
Because Arsenal fans are the most emotional fan base in the world. It's all about sentiment and emotion and nostalgia. Yeah, we love a nostalgia. We love a love story.
Yeah.
It's like, this isn't a drama movie. This is reality. This is real life. We don't have time for nostalgia. We don't have time for those kind of emotions. We need to win now. If we continue like this, we're going to live and die and not see Arsenal win the league title. Is that good enough? It's not.
It's not. I mean, like, we could. This is the thing. We could sit and go on about it for ages, and like the problem is, if you went to a game and you spoke out, like, you probably get murdered.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You'll probably get murdered or shot, like, for saying something, like, by the Arteta mafia.
Because fans will get more angry at you for saying that Arteta isn't good enough.
Yeah.
And it's crazy.
Twitter, like, how they jump on you straight away, like, with loads.
It's like you can't question him anymore. No. You can't question the team. At the start of the season,
but then the same people.
You know what's funny, Steven?
We're questioning Wenger. They were questioning Wenger, and like at the start of the season, they were questioning him.
They were questioning him, and at the start of the season, nobody was talking about top 4. It was all about we just need to finish higher than 8, and that's an achievement.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden, maybe we can get top 4.
No.
But you were the one who said that we couldn't get top 4.
No, say it. No. Hang on, it's gone. No. I'll go even further than that. There's even people saying we're gonna go win the league.
Oh yeah, I'm not on Twitter, so I haven't seen that yet.
No. This guy was on YouTube when he said it.
Oh no, is it that Julian guy?
No, it's not that Julian guy. It's another guy. Same channel, but
yeah. I don't
he
listen
must
to
have
it
he must
anyway.
have taken some ecstasy or adrenaline before like he did his interview because he was like so pumped like over like a 2-0 win against Leicester.
It's ridiculous.
I'm
I
sorry,
mean, let's be
that is not
honest.
your true opinion. That is you wanting 5 minutes of your fame.
Yeah, but that's it. People get onto AFTV now. They will say ridiculous stuff
Other
to
channels are
get
available.
views so they can open their own YouTube channel and make money. That's the only reason.
I'm not into it. I just stick with my own opinion and that's it. Like if it
People
agree,
are just looking for clout.
sometimes my opinion will agree with AFTV. Sometimes it
Yeah,
won't. Sometimes
yeah,
it will agree with Gunner. Sometimes it won't.
yeah,
Right?
yeah, yeah.
He says he
100%.
wants to lose every game until Arteta gets sacked. I get his point, but I'm not like that. I want to
Nah,
Arsenal
me
win. I
neither.
don't care. I want
Yeah,
Arsenal to
because
win no matter what.
for me,
Because in the
I can
end,
give
as
you an
much as I
example.
hate Arteta, Arsenal comes first.
Yeah, and I can give you an example, Stephen. I don't believe that Arteta is good enough for Arsenal.
No.
But if Arteta keeps on winning games and we keep getting higher on the league,
Yeah.
I have to accept that he's then doing a good job. Because my
Yeah.
criticism towards him was that he wasn't winning enough games. So if he then later on, by the end of the season, we've finished, let's say, fourth, I can't then say that no, he's useless, he doesn't know anything, I still want him out. Because then I'm contradicting myself.
But this is the
But I'm
thing.
not going to sit here now in
All these
November.
Arteta Ving fans, there's things like we don't want ever like we're not ever going to accept him being at the club. No. We want him to prove us wrong. We don't believe
Exactly.
he is the right man. So he needs to go
Yes.
out there and prove to us he is the right man. And by doing that, it's by winning games. And when he goes to Liverpool, not
Yeah.
pull your pants down and say, fuck me wherever you fucking want, right? I mean, actually go out there and fight,
Yeah.
right? And put a performance in, right? Not
Yeah.
when you go play Man City, shake Guardiola's hand, go up to his ear and say, dude, I'll take it nicely, will ya? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
Like,
Yes.
so
And honestly, I think in the next 4 or 5 games, we're going to face Liverpool, West Ham, and Man
good
United.
comment.
I know it's not in that order, but we're going to face all of those teams. Then we will know more about Arsenal and we will know more about Arteta.
Yep.
Because it's all right to win against your Norwich, your Villa, your Watford. You know, it's all good. 3 points is 3 points. But if you want to kick on, if you want to be high on the league, you have to get results against teams that are higher or better than you. So we've already lost to Chelsea and Man City. We now have to make sure that we win at least 2 of the 3 games against Liverpool, United, and West Ham. We need at least 2 wins. 3 would be great. 2 wins and a draw would also be good. But a minimum should be at least 2 wins and a good performance in all of those games.
Do you know what I feel?
That should be the standard.
I mean, if we look at the games now, I mean, we're moving on a bit on from the interviews. Please do share the stream, pump the likes up, do hit that share button as well. Make sure you keep sharing that stream and get more people involved. Right, help the channel grow. It is a charity channel. It is for Children's Liver Disease Foundation after all. So please do pump those likes up for us. So and do share the channel and get people involved. Get other that if our rival fans want to come and banter us or take the piss out of us by me. So like if we look at where we are right now, we've got West Ham in third, so it looks like their process is working better than ours. Liverpool, Man City, and Chelsea. So, but if you look at the matches, we've got Liverpool next. Right, we'll take that as an L. As an L, I'll take that as a fight, going down fighting. Not pull your pants. Like I just said, pull your pants down and just say, do whatever you want with me.
It's gonna be a tough game.
Yeah,
but let's say
fight.
we want to win, but we don't think we will win, but we want
I
to
think
win.
like
Let's say,
last season,
yeah,
I could accept a little bit. We lost 3-1. I could accept a little bit. We took the lead, and then okay, just brilliant play and mistakes really just cost us. So I could accept that a
I mean,
little.
we should aim for a draw, because if you look at Liverpool last two
Well,
games, they
yeah,
haven't won. They
I was
drew
gonna accept.
against
Yeah,
Brighton, and they lost towards West Ham. So we should aim for at least a draw now.
well, yeah, I
Why
expect a
not?
draw, but like I wouldn't be surprised if that was the sort of result we got from Liverpool. But at least
Yeah,
fight for it. So Arsenal, Newcastle, we should win.
hundred
Right, I don't
percent.
care if Eddie Howe is there. Man
Yeah,
United, Arsenal. Well, Solskjaer's there, so we're winning that.
yeah.
So, if he doesn't beat Solskjaer, then we've got problems.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
I
and
mean,
I'm never gonna hit.
everybody's
I'm
beating
never,
them this season.
mate. I'm
Even
never
young
gonna
boys
hit.
beating them.
Yeah, mate. Like, well, they couldn't beat young boys. They'll probably get done for by the NSPCC.
Yeah. Man, he's so stressed that he had to flew back to Norway and had the players off.
You know
That's
what I
how
mean?
stressed Solskjaer is.
Yeah.
Instead of sitting there and analyze what he's done wrong and try and fix it, he's running away.
Alex, what do I do?
I know. United.
Oh,
They
that
just
baby
have to
face.
give him a
It says so much for that baby face assassin, isn't it?
yeah.
Do you know what? I'm going on Kansas City TV tomorrow night. They got
Oh,
flawless,
that's
by the
gonna
way.
be epic.
Do you know what? You know what? I keep saying to it. No, I've just said to him the last 2 times now I've been on there. He said,
Yeah.
like he usually every time like Arsenal, always like when Arsenal's doing shit, he says, "Come on, Stephen, get it off your chest. What you want to say?" So
Yeah.
right. So like I'll be like this. So, come on in, flawless. Like get it off your chest. Like how do you? Like, how does it feel, man? Like, and he's like, "You're a prick."
Oh, there is. I'm gonna tune into that.
Yeah, midnight tomorrow night. So make sure you
Uh,
tune into that. Be fair, it might be a bit late as well. So Everton,
is it midnight? I might
it's
miss it then. Yeah.
We'll watch it. Do a rewatch.
Yeah, I
on,
watched it on
next day.
in the morning. Yeah.
Everton versus Arsenal. So like that could be a tough game. I feel against Benitez, but I think we could get a win there.
We should. They've been shit.
If we get,
they started the season well, but they've been shit the past 4 or 5 games.
Yeah, if they pick, like, it depends how the form is going into that game, I feel.
Yeah.
But Southampton, we should win. West Ham, I think we'd actually lose that game, to be honest.
Yeah, but those are the kind of games
Ham,
we have to win if we are serious.
West Ham, then, like, I would say he's done well.
Yeah.
Like, in that game. Like, Leeds United should spank Norwich. If we can't beat Norwich City at their ground, we've got problems. Man City on New Year's Day. No, well, that's so much for Happy New Year's Day, is it? Happy New Year, innit?
And you know
Happy
what? We're gonna face them without Partey, without Pepe, without Aubameyang.
No,
It's gonna be rough.
Mate, that's gonna be uploaded to Pornhub later. It is gonna be. It is. Yeah, Liverpool is the hardest game, I'd say, out the next 5 games we've got coming up. Don't forget, we've got EFL quarter final with Sunderland as well. On the 21st. So, like, we've got Pats. Yeah, like, do you think we could possibly win the EFL Cup?
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, Arteta's done well in domestic cups before, so I wouldn't be surprised. Honestly.
Yeah, no doubt. If we do, everyone will be going like,
"Oh yeah, you
know what's gonna happen." Like, the EFL Cup is so amazing.
Yeah, but it's like people are already comparing him to Wenger, saying that he's won more games in his 101st game.
You see that?
And because Wenger were playing in the Champions League, Arteta is not even playing in Europe. Yeah, of course. But if you check his record in the Premier League, which should be the one you're comparing to, is worse. And let's not forget, after Wenger's second full season, he won the double. Is Arteta going to do that? No.
I saw who tweeted it, and I literally replied under it. I went, yeah, his win percentage is the worst of any other manager in the history of Arsenal Football Club. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Right? So stop
It's
taking
like,
it out of a snippet and take it overall, mate. He's had
yeah,
less games, and
but
his win
that's the
percentage
problem.
is worse than Wenger. Usually,
But
if
that's
you've
the
had more
problem.
games, your win percentage usually gets worse. But no,
Yeah,
he's had less games, and he's the worst manager ever to grace Arsenal's turf in win
I know.
percentage.
Yeah, but nobody
But
wants to
no,
talk about that.
no, but you can't compare Wenger.
Negative.
If we said no, if I said to them, yeah, but do you know what Wenger did in those 100 games? He won a double. They go, oh, you can't
Yeah,
compare that because he's only just
yeah,
started.
yeah.
Yeah, but you're comparing him to Wenger, so I'm just doing what you're doing. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah, 100%.
Arteta will last longer than Ollie, I reckon. Well, that's. Do you know what? I don't know because I don't know what Man United's board is doing. They must be smoking on like some weird shit. They
Yeah,
must be
because Man
smoking on.
United, their board, they just make it stupid
I
decisions.
feel sorry for Talk. He's got to do the watch along
They,
for
they,
this shit.
they are saying that they don't want to employ Antonio Conte because he plays 5 at the back. But guess who always plays 5 after back after he gets a spec? Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. So if we are going to play 5 at the back, why don't let the best manager who does it in the world do it?
Yeah, the one who knows actually how to do it.
Exactly.
Oh my life! But like,
I think they are not because they missed out on Conte. Zidane doesn't want to come to the Premier League. Who are they gonna go for now?
going par.
Probably. Probably. But again, I think I love Conte. I think he's a fantastic manager.
I'm not disappointed because I want him at Arsenal. So,
But
by the way,
I think that Man United would be the wrong team for him because I don't think players like Ronaldo, Varane, they won't respect him.
No, they won't. It's a bit
like they didn't respect David
Brendan
Moyes.
Rodgers go?
And maybe Brendan.
But then would they
But
get
that's gonna be again, he hasn't won anything major that he can talk to your Ronaldos, your Varanes. You know, that's the problem now at Man United.
Zoli, though.
Yeah, that's why they don't respect him.
But then
that's why the players they don't respect him. Yeah, but because Ronaldo all he cares about is his goals. You know, as long as he's scoring. And you remember when he benched him, he was furious at him. And he stopped the bench.
He also cares about the club, though, doesn't he? He cares about the club.
No, then he wouldn't go to Man City.
Yeah.
So Alex had to call him personally to convince him to not go there. So let's not forget about that as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think, obviously, Alex Ferguson just had to make one phone call, and that was it. You know.
And every time he played against Man United, he celebrates in these lights when he scored against them.
I've put the link in the chat, everyone. If someone does want to come on, you're more than welcome to. We've got literally about 5 minutes left. So Wenger left with 1 year left on his contract. Still because he didn't like the Kroenke's fact.
Wenger got fired.
He didn't leave. He got sacked.
Yeah. But because he was
Wenger,
got sacked. Yeah, they forced him to go.
You either do it the nice way or we do it the harsh way.
Yeah.
And they did it the nice way they did it the PR way.
They did.
Because this is PR. This is PR Arsenal. You know what I mean? It's not. It's PR FC. It's not Arsenal FC.
Yeah, it's PR.
It's all about the PR here. It's all about the PR. It's not about the results.
PR OSIS.
Yeah, PR OSIS. PR Oject Youth. Sorry. I'll get it right saying it at some point.
Yeah. One day you'll get it.
One day I'll get it. You know.
Trust the process, and you'll get it right.
Yeah, at least my process works. Like I'm still here. I'm still breathing.
I know.
And if you want to see more kids breathing, donate now.
What do you make about now that we are here? What do you make about Smith Rowe and Ben White for the England
Um,
squad?
Ben
Ben
White,
White not making it, and
I,
Smith.
I justified Ben White not going. I didn't think he
Yeah,
was. I felt that was justified. He looked suspect at times. He still looks suspect to me. So I don't
okay.
trust him in a month of Sundays. Sometimes he's passing the ball, and I'm like, it's like Mustafi. It's like, just do me a favor, get rid of it. Get rid of
Yeah,
it. Like, it's like Granit Xhaka when he gets the ball on the edge of the box. Like, he crosses it, he comes off Barnes, goes in the net.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, I justified Barnes. Smith Rowe, absolutely. Saka, no. No. He's not been good enough. He's not been good enough. And do you know why he's not been good enough?
Right.
Mikel Arteta. And people can
But he
start
always
banging
performed
on the
for
manager
Southgate.
again.
That's probably
Yeah,
why he picked him again. He always
yeah,
perform when he plays for
but the
England.
reason he's been like it's been Mikel Arteta's problem is because, as I keep saying, you have played Bukayo Saka since non-stop since the end of the first lockdown when football restarted in 2020.
Yeah,
That's nearly 2 years of football.
yeah. And prior to that, he had never played any senior football, so it's
No,
ridiculous.
hardly.
You can
So
you can see that
he's
he's
knackered.
knackered.
You saw. I mean, the Martinelli substitution. I'm like, why aren't you doing that 20 minutes earlier to give Saka a break and Martinelli a run out? Right?
Yeah,
First, you're embarrassing Martinelli to get him a minute and a half he might not even have got because he might not have lasted that long. Right? Right? Just to embarrass the kid in front of everyone. Right? And two, Saka, you see him, he looks dead. All it took was one tackle and he would have been injured for about a month.
yeah, yeah.
Right?
I know.
And
I
he's
think
going to
it's
kill him.
ridiculous, honestly.
He's
I don't
honest.
get it. And
No, do you
also,
know why it
Steven,
is? Because if we drop Saka, it opens the door to start Martinelli. Right?
yeah,
Because you
but
then have to put Pepper on the right. Who are you going to put on the left? Martinelli.
yeah. But
And
the
he doesn't
thing
want to do
is,
that.
but Steven, Aubameyang and Pepe will not be here
Mm.
for some weeks. So why not try and get Martinelli in form? So when they're not here, he could actually play games because it's gonna be 10 games within 4 weeks.
Do you know what? I've been fucking saying this. Do you know what? I must be an Arsenal manager because I know this. You know this. And he knows
Yeah, I know.
this. Most of the Arsenal fan base knows this. The judges early was saying it. Do you know
Yeah,
what? Maybe we should all be Arsenal manager.
I
Because we
know.
clearly know. You know what I mean? Like, big up to the judges. And hopefully we should get him on the channel, back on the channel soon. So we'll do something on that lines. But yeah. I don't know, man. It's exactly. I've said that all the time. It's like, I mean, I'm not usually with the African Cup of Nations, but I know it's like some point in January and some players have to go. But when I realised that Partey, Aubameyang, Pepe,
Pepe and Nelly are
yeah,
all going.
or El Neni, I'm not even going to count because he doesn't even exist anymore. But
Yeah, I
them
know.
players are going to have to go. I'm like,
Yeah.
crap. We drop one. We get one player injured and we're fucked. Right? Now we've got 4.
Yeah. I know, exactly. And it's gonna be some game weeks, it's gonna be 3 games in 1 week. So you're gonna play like Sunday, Wednesday, and Saturday.
Yeah. We're
So
screwed.
you're gonna have to rotate. So if your rotation players haven't been
You're
played,
gonna have to get players on loan.
yeah, I know.
If
But
anything,
you know how it is. Even when you get players on loan, it takes time before they hit the ground.
That's why I would say get Premier League players.
Yeah.
You get this is why when I go into a transfer market in January, right? I always go for a player that's prime Premier League.
Yeah,
Premier
because
League
West Ham
prime
did
player.
that with
Even
Lingard.
if it's a
And look how
straight
good he
in,
was
bang.
for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look
at Willock for Newcastle.
Do you know what? Actually, to be honest, if Lingard's the way he is right now, and what he's done at West Ham, I wouldn't mind taking Lingard on a month loan.
Yeah, a month. I
I
would
wouldn't
take
mind
him
taking
6.
on a loan, on a 6-month loan,
Yeah,
to cover
of
that
course.
position.
Of course,
For
it's good
Pepe,
enough. It's good enough.
right? And I don't see what.
And he works hard.
So yeah, he does. He works very hard, and you can saw it, like he's if you
And he
use
scores
him in the
goals,
right
Stephen.
way, he was. I mean, he used him like on the left, which we use Pepper on the left. He could play
Yeah.
like anyone. Like we've got a lot of range of players who could play on the left. Like,
Yeah.
if you give Saka a rest, that is, then you can play Saka on the right as well. And then,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean that could quite easily work. I don't see what the problem is with that. Big up
You can
Static
have
in
a
the
front
building. I hope you're
trio
well, mate.
with Martinelli on the left, Smith Rowe in the middle, and Lingard on the right. And like I said up top, that's
Well,
a
there you
good
go then.
front four.
Yeah. Like, and especially like the fact it's a 6-month loan. When Pepe and that come back, like you've got the option to either keep him or get rid of him.
Exactly. And
Right?
he can help us to compete for the European places.
Yeah. That's a win-win for me. It's a win-win.
It
Right?
is,
The only
it
thing that is convincing him as a Man United player wanting to come to Arsenal. But then we convinced that of Danny Welbeck. Like, if he's not getting any game time, which he isn't at the minute, right?
He was
When
willing
wouldn't he
to
want to
play
go?
for West Ham, with all due respect
But
to
yeah,
West
this is
Ham.
what but he was like sort of getting thrown out the door at the time. Like,
Yeah.
this is more like he's getting more involved in the squad, but then again, he's still not playing. So, like, we could literally say we'll give you game after game every week.
Yeah.
Especially while this lot are on international duty.
And he's gonna want to play because he's gonna want to get into that England squad to go to the World Cup.
Absolutely.
So I think we have to be smart on the market.
Yeah, of course you gotta be smart, but
because this,
out there
I'm telling you, next year, I'm 100% sure that Man United will have another manager. Conte will have had the summer window to buy the players that he wants. So if we don't make the most of this season, it's game over. Yeah.
Yeah, we're screwed. Simple.
Yeah. This is the season. Sometimes opportunity comes once. You just have to take them.
Listen to the mod, Static, the mod of mods. Listen to him.
Yeah.
Smash the likes and subscribe. And do share the stream as well. Really, really important. It is for Children's Liver Disease Foundation, after all. This is all for. So, yeah, I mean, like, there's a lot of conundrums, but and lots of theories about where this season could go. It's still, for me, very up in the air. The only reason it's very up in the air for me right now, and I'm not totally convinced, is just that the performances, and it's like I said earlier on Lucas' stream earlier, is like, I'm not convinced the performances are great. Right, you've got 30 minutes against like a Norwich, you've got 40 minutes against the Burnley, you've got 30 minutes against a Leicester, you've got 30 minutes against a Watford, right? And I'm like, you got 30, and I said in a Watford preview, you watch us, we'll go all out 30 minutes. This is what we do. We go all out 30 minutes, what we've done, right? And then after 30 minutes, I'm sorry about the background, I don't know what's going on with that in a minute, but I'll try and sort it. But cheap. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. So there you go. But yeah, see, yeah, it's like,
yeah, I think for us, the attack.
How was I saying that? I was what I was saying is that we'll go all out for 30 minutes, and then what will happen is we'll then, if it don't work, we'll drop 5 yards, and then we'll sit back.
Yeah.
And then we'll go again for maybe another 20 minutes if we ain't worked and we ain't got a goal, and then sit back again, and then we'll play for draw. And it just doesn't seem that's convincing. Well, I want to see a performance. If we're playing Watford, that should be 90 minutes of pure battering the door down. Especially at home, we should be battering the door down. They should have not been able to get out of their own half for 90 minutes. If we've been doing that all 90 minutes and we've only scored 1 goal, I could say, yeah, but look at our performance. We've actually done bloody brilliant. You know what I mean? So there you go. So
yeah, I do think that for us, we need to improve our attack. I do think the defense look quite solid, and I do think that if we attack more, then obviously teams won't be able to attack us as much. But we lack creativity for me. We just have to be better when we attack teams. And that's why I'm not convinced with Arteta yet, because ever since he's been here, he has struggled to set up a team that can attack and score a lot of goals.
Absolutely, it's not sustainable. Like, especially as there's we keep saying how great Ramsdale's playing, but we're not mentioning about anyone else. So isn't that a problem? We're not mentioning any attackers. Any of our attackers, so probably apart from Smith Rowe, we're not having like much of a say, of being the best player. We've all said in October, Ramsdale was our best player. But hang on, we've been winning games. What does that tell you? That tells you that we're not playing well. That really doesn't tell you that we've not actually been playing well at all. You've got to look beyond. Like, this is like all Arteta fans would love to look at. They love to just look at the result and think that's perfectly sound. Yeah, right. If you think 1-0 against Watford's good enough, then jog on, right? But you need to look beyond that. Look at what the performance is. Even if we've beaten the team 4-0, we could beat a team 4-0. We've played absolutely poor. There's been 3 mistakes by Watford. So you need to look at the performances in that, how we've been playing throughout the game. Yous have a great Dan, stop rubbing it in that you've got Conte, please. Do me a favour.
You guys should just concentrate and try to get a shot on goal first before you speak.
It's everyone's opinion is their own. I take no responsibility. Sorry, you're on your own on that one. Why is Oba kept playing in front? Laka been knocking on the door. 45 minutes of Martinelli produces more than 90 minutes of Saka. He's got a point there, but everyone's having a go at Saka, and I'm not having it because it's the manager's fault for overusing him. He's dead. He is dead. Right, because the manager has overworked him, and I will keep saying it until the cows come home. Give him a proper rest, and then bring him back, and then judge him. If he's still playing crap, then you can have a go at him. But give the kid a break, man.
Let him rest the full game that he doesn't play, and the next game he can come on for 30 minutes, and the game after he can start, because we only have 1 game a week. So if you rest him over a 3-week period, it's going to be significant, because the Christmas period is going to be immense.
It's going to be immense, as always. It always is. If you want top 4 Arsenal fans, including myself, well, you need to attack more and score more goals. A goal difference of 0 after 11 games it's beyond disgraceful. Yeah, I've never expected that of an Arsenal. Even George Graham didn't do that. That same thing, George Graham never did that.
Stephen, the narrative will be, but we haven't lost in the last 10 games.
You
can't.
But we played 13 games.
No. Apparently, we've only played 10 games.
No, we played 13 games.
The 3 losses.
No, I know. Arteta in fans, obviously. We know the Arteta in fans came out after the Watford after the Norwich game. So obviously they've forgot the season started in August, right? Because they turned up in September. So they obviously hadn't seen the start of the season yet. So they obviously thought that the first game was against Norwich. So, but I'm sorry to disappoint you fuckers, but
again, that's why we always say buy your players early. That's why we always bang on, buy them early, get them in early.
If you are not
so they can be ready for the season.
If you're not prepared, prepare to fail. Simple as that. Is Odegaard just a Norwegian El Neni with slightly better passing range? Not really, because El Neni. El Neni's a DM. Odegaard's a cam. You could probably say maybe a shitter version of Ozil.
I think that's quite fair.
I said the
Six.
crapper version of Ozil before anyone goes there.
Yeah.
Say, good show, boys. Say, lol. We will eventually. Yeah, But
Yeah, we
until
pray
then,
for you. One day you'll get shot on goal.
one
Get
day,
it.
one day. Conte's contract is only 18 months. Poch contract up in 18 months. Time makes you think if Conte is contract is I hope it's temporary because that means we'll have him. I don't care. I don't care if he's been to Tottenham beforehand. I'll still take him. Especially if this manager's still in charge. How far is Ramsdale from reaching Jens level of import? No way. Whoa. He's playing well. I'm not jumping. Look, I've said yes, he's been brilliant so far, but I'm not saying like he's gonna be the next fucking not Jens Lehmann, David Seaman. He's not gonna be the next David Seaman or something. Like, because be honest, Jens Lehmann had one good season, which was the Invincible season, which mostly because that defense was solid, right? And then that was it. But David Seaman was a proper top quality goalkeeper. Probably our last and best goalkeeper. And like I don't have a I don't feel that oh yeah I don't feel Ramsdale's gonna make it there just yet. Steven, you doing a stream now on Young Jensen and his goals for 300 goals for Arsenal. You think Conte will come to you after the way you treat your... That's not what I said. I said I'd take him. I didn't say whether he would come. I said I'd take him. Whether he's been at Tottenham or not, I'd still take him. If the offer was there. That's the difference. I didn't say that he would come. I said if the offer was there, I'd take him. So, there you go. But if that's the rest of the comments, I think we're going to wrap it up there because we've gone over an hour. Right, talked about a lot of things, especially Josh Kroenke. Right, and the same conclusion: it's all crap. It's all PR, right? And you know how it is. As usual, Arsenal football Twitter have all mopped it up and started believing in the crap, coming out and saying they're not that bad at all. Don't need a protest. Don't need all that. Well, I'll tell you what. When it all goes to crap again, and Arteta's doing absolute crap, and they're not fixing it, and they're not getting rid of him, right? I bet you all those fans that said, "Oh, they're not actually that bad," like give them a chance or something. I bet they all say, Arteta out or Kroenke out. I bet you. Right? I don't care what that guy says. I don't care what he tries and puts on. That guy, right, with his dad, has destroyed this club, and I'm never gonna forgive him. Even if he won the bloody Champions League, I am never gonna forgive that owner. End of story. I will still want him gone. Right? Steve. Steve, if you would go Spurs, I think you would go Arsenal, mate. Even I'm real about that, mate. It's just your fan base goes another level of anger. Yeah, but like I think most fan bases does these days, mate. Like most fan bases are just so reactionary these days against managers, right? So like it's just the way of football is down these days with social media. Everyone's so reactionary. Everyone's so like even I get reactionary at times. Even I snap a little bit at times at Arteta all the time, when actually it's not been that bad. So like that's just because sometimes like our passion for the club spills over, and we want what's best for our club. In the end, we all want what's best for our club. And as much as we say things and this, that, and all the other about a manager, and I've said my things about Arteta, right? It's only because I'm so passionate about football, Arsenal Football Club, and I want my club to succeed. I want to see my club win a title again, and I just don't feel it's going to be under this manager and under this ownership. And like, if people have a problem with me expressing my opinion on that, well, go fuck off somewhere else and don't watch it. Don't watch me. If you don't like my opinions, you know, uh, like, yeah, man, I go mad. I go mad, mate. Like, it's the same as the F1 the other day. I got mad because, like, that's passionate. I'm passionate about it. Like, it's the sports. It's two sports I love, right? And it's just two passions I love: Arsenal and football and F1. But in terms of F1, particularly Lewis Hamilton. But it's just my two passions. But there'll be another driver when he retires. But it's 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 like you want them to succeed, and with Arsenal, like, in the end, it's what I want's best for the club, and I will keep expressing the same opinion that I keep expressing everything else. I don't think this manager is any good for us, and I don't think we should not be changing and training this manager any bloody longer, right, with the record he's got and what he's produced so far. Simple as that. If people have got a problem expressing that opinion, or have got a problem with me banging on with the same opinion every goddamn time, it's a simple case of turn it off, don't watch. Simple as that. You don't have to watch if you don't like it, right? You just find something else to watch. If I watch, say, if expression, like, if say, like, Tottenham win a game, I'm not gonna go watch expressions' match reaction because he's gonna be bouncing off the roof because Tottenham have won a game. I'm not gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it when he's actually going nuts because it's funny. Right? I'm not gonna like it because he's gone and absolutely celebrated because Tottenham won. Because that's not what I'm interested in. I want Tottenham to lose, don't I? So I'm not gonna go watch it. So I'm not gonna go watch it. So why would I want to watch something I don't want to watch? Because, like, it doesn't. I don't agree with it. If I'm not gonna go watch someone like. I'm not gonna go. I'm not gonna name names. But if someone was Arteta in and they're banging on about Arteta this, Arteta that, I'm not going to sit there and watch it. And I said, fine, that's your opinion. Fine, I'll go watch something else. And I'll go watch someone else does love, does love, that doesn't like Arteta and agrees with what I go with. So there you go. And that's the way it works. You don't, just because you don't agree with someone, right? If you don't agree with someone, you don't like their opinion, don't bloody watch them. Simple as that. They have a free right, and I have a free right, as much as anyone, to say what I bloody well want. This is why I got a channel to say so. And if people don't like it, well, don't watch it then. But the only reason I say watch it is because it helps a charity out. So there you go. Right? There you go. Anyway, we're gonna wrap it up there. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. You're gonna watch the outro. Is the same outro, guys, by the way, but the music has changed. So because there was a problem with some sort of copyright on that, so that's been changed. But it's still, I think it's still quite funky music. So put in the comments and put in the chat below before you leave what you think of the new lyric of the new music on the intro or on the outro. But anyway, we're gonna leave it there. Make sure to hit the like, share, subscribe. Please do join the memberships from Liz199. Great perks, right? With that, please do so. It's really, really important to us you do so. I must be doing a highlight show at some point. I've got to do them. I don't do it if it's 1-0 wins because it's just boring. Like, you literally do 3 clips, like the intro, the goal, and the outro. There's no point. So yeah. So please do that. Please do subscribe. Please do share, and we will be back tomorrow, I believe. I won't be back to do 10:45 in the morning because I wanted to do a morning stream because it's the 11th of November, so wanted to do the remembrance service during the stream. So, but we won't be doing that because I'm at the hospital. So we will be doing a stream tomorrow night at some point. It's hot off the pressure, I believe. And then Friday we're doing the checker flag show. So yeah, if anyone wants to tune in, please do DM me. But anyone who wants to come on, sorry, please do DM me about it. But then until then, stay safe, stay well, guys, and we'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye bye for now.